Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute Ronald Weasley pen hugger. So the difference of this pen hugger is that I added hands and of course the tiny wand. So first prepare your loom and make sure that it is in this configuration. And now prepare your bands. Of course we'll need orange, our skin tone bands, and two blue bands because Ron Weasley has blue eyes. Also, you'll need black bands, some gold, and some red bands. Oh, by the way, you'll also be needing brown because we'll be making the wand. Okay, now take the two orange bands, put it on the first peg down to the second peg on the left, then the center peg to the right. Take two more orange bands and continue to the first peg on the left to the second, then the second peg to the third, and do the same on the right side of your loom. Now take two more bands and put it on the first peg to the second peg on the center. Now we'll take skin tone bands and put it on the center part of your loom. So that's the second peg to the third peg, and then third peg to the fourth peg, and two bands on the fourth peg to the fifth peg. Then we'll add two bands on the left side, so that's the third peg to the fourth, and also on the right side. Then we'll start closing the head. So from the fourth peg on the left down to the fifth peg on the center, and the fourth peg on the right to the fifth peg on the center. Now take two bands to create the neck. So you're going to put it on the fifth peg to the sixth. Then take two black bands and put it on the center to the left peg. Then add two bands all the way down to the last peg. You may add two more bands on the last peg. Here in the video, I didn't do it because I was thinking if it would be long, but yeah, it doesn't matter. You can add two more bands on the end. So you'll just have to add two more bands on the center to the right, and again all the way down to the last peg. Now take two red bands and place it on the center, and then two gold bands then 2 red bands, then we'll be closing it with 2 black bands. So this time we'll go from the center to the left, and then from the center down to the right peg. Okay, so this is the part where I'll be adding 2 bands on the last pegs. Okay, we're almost done. We have the head and the body. Now we'll just add a cap band on both sides. So just twist the band once, like so. And another cap band on the center. Twist it 2 times. Now we will be making the arm. So here, first we'll make the wand. Take a single band, twist it on your hook 3 times. You'll get 4 loops on your hook. Then take a single band, twist it once, and push all the bands on your hook onto your twisted band. And then we'll be creating a chain. Take another single band, twist it once, and add it to your chain. Take another single band, twist it once, and add it to your chain. Okay, so we're not going to make it really long because, this is just a small pen hugger. We intend to make it really cute. Now take 2 skin tone bands and add it to your chain, then 2 black bands, 2 more black bands, and 2 more black bands. So that's a total of 1 pair of skin tone bands and 3 pairs of black bands in your chain. Then we'll put it on this peg. Now we'll make the other hand. Take a single band, twist it 2 times, then take 2 skin tone bands and push the band on your hook onto the double bands. Then take 2 black bands, add it to your chain. So just like what we did with the other hand, you will be making a chain of double bands, 3 pairs of black bands. Then we'll place it on the other shoulder, like so. And there, he's got hands. Now take a single black band and place it across your loom, creating a triangular shape. And then we'll go on to the face, take an orange band and go around the center peg towards the other side. Then take a blue band, a single blue band, and twist it 2 times on the third peg. Push it down, and then take a single skin tone band and place it across the loom on top of the blue eyes, the blue bands, and then the another skin tone band that I put across the loom, again around the center peg. Now we will start hooking. We take the bottom bands and hook it to the next peg. We'll keep hooking until we reach this peg. Oh, but before we actually hook up to that onto the peg, first we'll take the center peg. We'll go to the center peg, take the top bands, the top two bands, and just place it back to itself. And do the same thing on the other side, but we'll do that later on. So we'll keep hooking on this side. Now hold this peg down and take the last two bands on the last peg, then carefully remove it and place it on the shoulders. So make sure you hold down that peg because you don't want the bands to fall out of the loom. Now take the bottom bands and we'll continue hooking until we reach the shoulder. Now from this peg, we'll take the bottom bands. Just make sure you get the bottom bands. Then hook it to the center on top of the red bands. And now we'll start working on the right side. Again, take the bottom bands on the last peg, hook it to the next peg, and continue doing it up to this point. Then again, go to the center peg, down to the right peg to hook the bands, and now continue hooking. Then take the bottom bands and put it to the next peg. But before we go on, we have to put these bands on the shoulder. So again, hold this peg down as you place the bands on the shoulder, like so. And now we can continue hooking. And on this peg, make sure you get the bottom bands and place it on the center peg on top of the red bands. And let's go on with the center bands. And from here, we'll take the skin tone bands and carefully pull it and place it on the next peg. Now we'll start hooking the bands on the face, but first take the blue bands up and over the peg and take them onto the band. Now take the top bands, place it on the left peg, and then the next top bands, place it on the right, And then the last two bands, place it on the center peg. Now, we'll continue hooking up to this peg. Then from this peg, take the bottom bands, take it to the center. Now we'll work on the right side. Bottom bands, place it on the next peg, bottom bands, and place it on the next peg, bottom bands, place it on the center peg. Now, we'll continue working on the center bands. And that's it. We're done. So we can now remove our pen hugger from the loom. Make sure you carefully pull it out because again, we don't want any wasted time and effort. You put your hook through the bands on this peg and carefully remove all the bands. And take two bands and pull it through all these bands on your hook. I want to use two bands because we would like to make it more secure. We don't want to break it so easily. Now take a single band and pull it through the bands on your hook, then create a slip knot. And that's it, we're done. This is our Ron Weasley pen hugger. So it would look like this when you put it on a pen, pencil, or a marker. If you don't want that band sticking out of his head, we can hide it by pulling it through the other bands on the back of Ron's head. And there you have it, our Ron Weasley pen hugger, complete with arms and a wand. Yay! Bye!
On Instagram, search for #MyRicaness. You can also follow me. And so you can see here all my works. This is the Hogwarts crest and the hamburger phone case and Albus Dumbledore and Hermione Granger, the different looks. The one wearing the uniform, the dress at the Bill and Fleur's wedding, and her dress at the Yule Ball.